Hey everyone, this is Certified High Performance Coach Michelle Weimer here with you today for Wednesday Wisdom, and we are going to continue our series today on worry and the lies that worry tells us. So, if you missed the first part of the series, if you missed lie number one, I want to encourage you to go back and either watch that video or read the post about that concept and the lie that worry tells us that the worst is going to happen. And that's lie number one. Just to refresh your memory, lie number two is you can't handle it. And we're going to be talking about that one today. And then lie number three, this will last forever. And we're actually going to talk about that next week. So make sure you mark your calendar also and that you're back here to join me next Wednesday for Wednesday Wisdom. But in the meantime, for today, let's talk about this lie that you can't handle it. So, first of all, I have to say I find it very interesting that when I decided to have this series, it was actually quite a while ago, but with all that's happening in our world today, it is so fitting that I'm having this conversation and sharing this information with you because everywhere people are worrying, everywhere people are in fear. There's so much uncertainty. And with all my private clients this week, as we've been meeting and having conversations, meeting virtually, by the way, that's the beauty of my business. And everyone that I work with is I get an opportunity to work with people virtually so that we don't have to worry about the interaction, actual physical interaction. So, nonetheless, the conversations that I've been having with my clients, people are filled with worry about this situation that's going on in our world. And many of the things that they're talking about can be rooted back down to one or all of these three lies that worry tells us: that the worst is going to happen, you can't handle it, and this will last forever. So whether we're worried about the overall physical health of our world or the economic health, which is also one of the big worries that's starting to come out now, is our economic health and well-being and how we're going to get through this. So today, again, focusing on the second lie that worry tends to tell us is you can't handle it. So the first thing I want to say about this, and I hope you all hear this loud and clear, is you can handle it. You can handle anything. I may not know you, but I know that you can handle it. And the reason I know that is because we as humans are resilient. We are stronger than we think we are. Often we know more than we realize we know, and we are more capable than we sometimes give ourselves credit for. We're also more courageous than sometimes we realize we can be. And until we're put in situations where we have to be courageous, we allow worry and fear often to dictate our actions. But if you remember what I talked about last week, is that action is what eliminates a lot of anxiety and a lot of that worry. So nonetheless, let's talk about this concept of you can handle. So as I said before, I truly believe you can handle whatever situation it is you might be dealing with right now that's keeping you up at night, whatever it is that you're worrying about. But what might need to happen in order for you to handle it is, number one, for you to realize that part of this fear comes from the process that we are afraid of, right? We're afraid that it's going to be painful. Maybe we're afraid it's going to be hard. Maybe we're afraid that we don't have all the knowledge we need. And maybe we don't have all the knowledge we need, but that's where moving past the fear and into creating the solutions comes into play here, because we can learn, right? We all have that capacity to learn. So maybe you don't believe in your ability to handle something, but at least believe in your ability to figure it out, right? Figure out what skills you might need to acquire, what new things. Teachers right now are scrambling to learn how to teach online courses because schools have been shut down. People are trying to adapt, and so their skill base, their knowledge is having to grow in many, many areas, but they're going to do it, right? They are doing it and they're handling it. And maybe it's not easy all the time, but it's going to get easier because the more you know something, the more capable you become, the more competent you become, the easier it gets. So again, that belief that that's going to be hard is centered around that idea of maybe I don't know enough or I can't handle it. So recognize right now, like, okay, I can handle it, and how am I going to handle it? And this is where you move into looking at a couple of things. These are the tools I want to give you for today. Making a list of, all right, this is the situation I'm dealing with. What do I need to know? And what do I already know? Right? So there's two parts to that. And that concept of what do I already know, you guys, again, I believe that we are stronger than we think we are. We're smarter than we think we are, and we're more capable than sometimes we give ourselves credit for. So look at what skills or knowledge or, maybe even what resources do you have? Like, who can you ask for help from that can help you get through a situation that seems unbearable right now? And then step into that. Step into the strengths that you have, not the limitations that you're currently focusing on. And that's a big piece, right? So that's the tool there, is to live by your strengths and not your limitations, to focus on your strengths and not your limitations. That can help you get through difficult times that maybe you feel like you can't handle. And then the second part of that, as I mentioned, was what skills and abilities might I need to learn or master so that I can handle this situation, so that I can get through it. So think about that. Is there a skill that you need to up level and master so that you can handle whatever situation you're facing? Is there something that you need to learn? Do you need to research things? Do you need a mentor? Do you need a coach to help you through it? Do you need courage to ask for help? Maybe you haven't been asking for the help. Maybe you know you have resources, but you haven't put yourself out there to ask for help. What will it take for you to have that courage to ask for help in a situation that you feel like you can't handle on your own? Because you know what? You don't always have to go it alone. You can ask for help, right? So that's the second part of that. So focus on your strengths, not your limitations, and believe in your ability to figure things out, and list what kind of knowledge or skill or ability you need to have, or that you might need to learn or up level in order for you to handle whatever situation you might be facing. And again, maybe that means you need the courage to ask for help. Maybe that means you need to find the resources that you might need help from, or the people that you might need help from, and reach out, whatever that might look for you. And the last little tip I want to give you real quick is, as you're doing this, if you notice what I'm doing is I'm asking some questions that can help you focus your mind. Asking powerful questions that help you redirect and focus your mind towards the solutions. And I kind of alluded to this when we were talking about the what if exercise last week, but this takes it even that much farther to say, instead of saying, I can't handle this, to say, how can I handle this? Instead of saying, I'm no good at this, or this is going to be hard for me, saying, how can I be good? What skills do I need to learn? How can I improve so that I can handle this? Who could I ask for help? What resources are out there for me? Like, start to ask yourself empowered questions that can get you moving forward towards the solutions that you need so that you can handle whatever might come your way. All right? So until next time, I want to thank you for joining me. And again, remember, next week I'm going to be talking about that third lie that worry tells us, the lie that this is going to last forever. And I know right now in these uncertain times, it can feel that way because we honestly don't know how long the current situations are going to last, and that fear of the unknown is big. We'll talk about that next week and talk about that lie that this is going to last forever. All right, so until next time, thank you again for joining me. I'd love to know your thoughts, so feel free to comment. And, have courage, be brave, and believe in yourself. Until next time, this is Certified High Performance Coach Michelle Weimer. Bye for now.